All right. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of The Tyranny of Dragons. And I totally just realized that my camera is kind of weird. All right, so not to completely ruin the mood here, but my chair that I've had as long as I've been doing, uh, YouTube and stuff, just died yesterday. And so I'm in a new chair, and I have to readjust like my camera and everything. Hold, please. It's so sad. It was a good chair. It really was. And now it's dead. Um yeah. Hi everybody. How are you? I'm crazy tonight. Um it's been a long day, guys. This is Tyranny of Dragons. This is the uh D&D campaign that launched when 5th edition first launched. I found a bunch of people who were crazy enough to not say no that are going to be playing it with us. To kind of bring you guys up to speed on what happened on our last episode, a group of travelers came together on the road to a town called Greenest, which is the worst named town in the history of named towns. On their way to Greenest, they realized that there was something strange about the city. And as they got closer, they realized that the strange thing about the city was there was a giant freaking dragon destroying it, which apparently is not something you normally encounter in small towns. So they decided to kind of go in and see what they could do to help. They fought their way through a bunch of kobolds and these weird cultists with these strange dark-colored robes and these weird-looking masks. A few of them picked up some robes and masks from the bad guys to try and fit in a little bit more. Some of the robes had holes and blood stains on them. Some, at least one set of the robes was actually pretty clean and pristine because they were taken out rather quickly without any bloodshed. So it's kind of cool. Just before we ended last night, or not last night, wow. Again, guys, brain's gone. Just before we ended, not last week, but the week before, they had gotten to the keep, which is the only real defensive area that exists in this town. And so everybody has been trying to get in there. So, you may see that we are missing a couple of faces from last week. That is simply because we unfortunately had some stuff come up. So Anna and I can't remember. I am so bad with names, guys. Somebody in chat or watching this on YouTube, whatever the other person's name was that I can't remember right now, they are taking a break, kind of sitting and propping themselves up against a wall as they kind of breathe really heavy after almost being killed by a dragon. However, Altier, Liliane, Valdis, and Anna have all gotten into the keep. As you come in, you notice that the keep itself, the overall feeling in the keep is very dismal. You can see there are people kind of huddled in corners. You can see there are a lot of refugees in here. They've all kind of broken up into smaller areas. You can see some people are tending to the wounded. There's still others that are just kind of sitting there panicked. You do see and I'm totally going to have to turn that off too. Let's close that. Okay, sorry. You don't want more noise and stuff going on. It's confusing. You guys do see two people that look like they know a little bit more than everyone else. One of them is shorter. You can see a very large, thick, dark brown beard on him, and he seems to be very animated as he's discussing things with another gentleman. The other gentleman you can see is a little bit older, kind of salt and pepper hair, not nearly as kind of built up as the other one. You can see that he's wearing much finer clothing. Definitely not someone that works in the fields for a living. This person is obviously someone that's got some wealth behind them. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'm just going around helping tend to the injuries.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a medicine check.
Uh, well, 11.
11? Okay. So you don't have too much difficulty kind of wandering around, helping up. I'm going to try this one more time. Helping out as much as you can. Obviously, for some of these people, there's not a lot you can do. The dragon itself is almost just an elemental force. And you can see there are people that have burns from the fire and the lightning. You can see some people that have stab wounds. So you're able to help out a little bit, and save a few extra people. But kind of the overall feeling that you're getting is that everybody that's trying to help the wounded is kind of have the same frustration of there's not a ton they can do while there's still an attack going on outside.
I'm gonna walk up to the dwarven man or
Okay.
the shorter man, and
And
I'm
I
gonna
misspoke, actually. He has red hair, not brown.
and I'm gonna ask him, "Do you know what we do now? We're
So
trapped here."
as you approach, you can hear kind of some louder than normal conversation. And as soon as you get close enough to go, so what do we do now? This dwarf kind of turns on you, and without even kind of waiting for you to finish your sentence, he's like, "Aye, and who the heck are you? Why are you asking me these questions? We've got a bloody dragon outside. You're asking me what to do next. How about you go outside and kill the dragon? That sounds like a great idea to me." And now you're just
I
going to look at
just
me with your mouth open. You better close that. You might get some flies or something in there.
I'm just gonna walk into a corner and tend to my wounds.
Aye,
What
that's
this guy?
exactly what we need. And so he kind of turns back. You do notice that the older gentleman, after watching the dwarf just completely rip you apart, kind of watches you, and you hear as you're walking away, "Oh, that wasn't very nice. You shouldn't be treating people like that. He came earnestly trying to help us, and we need all the help we can get." And then you hear from behind you, "Excuse me, sir. Sir, please disregard Castellan. He's a little bit overwhelmed." "I'm not bloody overwhelmed. I've dealt with my fair share of dragons. I just haven't dealt with them when I've had an entire bloody city to worry about." "Castellan, please, just calm down. Obviously, we need help, and this one here has volunteered, I would assume. You,
I turn
sir, what is your name?"
Altier.
"Altair, it's lovely to meet you. I wish we could have met in better times. I am Governor Nighthill, and as you've probably already well aware of, we are in quite a predicament right now. Have you come here recently? Do you know what's happening outside these walls? I've been unfortunately trapped in here, trying to deal with the refugees and trying to formulate a plan to keep everyone alive."
We got here earlier today, and I point at the rest of the group and Lillian trying to help, and we fought our way to the keep.
You fought. You actually combated those that are out there. Well, this is
I
simply
point out that I'm bleeding.
this is simply marvelous. These might be the exact people. Castellan, certainly you must have something to do. Aye. At first I thought he was just one of those bleeding nut jobs that come over and are trying to help out without really helping out. But if you got some fight in you, We might be able to use you. Invite your friends over. Let's have us a wee bit of a conversation about this.
I walk over to Enna and I'm like, they want to see us. And could you give me some more of those berries?
And it's got the
Sure.
Kool-Aid that everybody wants.
Sure, I make up a batch of good berries.
Okay.
I eat them all.
Just like, oh, you feel really full for a surprisingly small amount of berries. You hear from behind you, he's got a wee bit of an appetite as well. Well, that's good. You'll be burning that off quickly.
You only needed one.
I was hurt. And then I'm just like holding my stomach as we walk over.
Valdis, Lillian, do you guys follow?
Yeah,
I-
follow.
Okay.
I follow without even looking up from my book.
Okay. Valdis just got his nose stuck in a book. So as you guys all come over, Governor Nighthill kind of greets you and gives a very curt but obviously practiced bow. And he goes, thank you so much for coming here. My name, as I've already told your friend, is Governor Nighthill. I'm the governor of this town, and we need your help. And then, without really waiting to be introduced, the dwarf beside him goes, Aye! And I'm Castellan Escobert the Red. And before you ask, that name is from the buckets and buckets of red blood that I leave behind after I vanquish my enemies. And then very quickly, the governor just like, no, it's not. I'm certain you believe that, but you have red hair. Like, it's very simple. Just shut up, Night Hell. All right. I'm the master of this keep. It's my job to keep it defended. In order to do that, well, I need people to defend. And Nighthill kind of puts his hand on his arm. He's like, perhaps I should take over at this particular point. You go ahead and do that. I've got other things to do. And he kind of wanders off to talk with other defenders, people in armor. And so Nighthill turns to you guys, kind of smiles sheepishly. He goes, he really is quite good at what he does. He's just slightly excited about, well, anything. He's dwarvish. Anyway, well, we sincerely thank you for what you've done for the citizenry already, but to be blunt, there are many more outside that still are not within the protective walls here, and I fear that anyone left outside this keep will not survive this night. I must ask you to, unfortunately, venture forth again, hopefully to bring back more if you are willing.
Is there a way outside other than that door? Because the dragon is right there.
Well, to be honest, I'm not quite as familiar with the layout of the keep as I am with my own private residence, but if I remember correctly, there was a tunnel that was originally designed to be a source of water for the keep in case of a siege. I unfortunately do not know where the entrance is, but I know the exit to it actually leads underneath the keep and empties out in the river that runs towards the south of town. If you were to use that, I'm certain they're more likely than not patrolling that area. It's made to look like just a regular sewer grate from the outside. No one would consider it useful at all for any tactical situations. So that would probably be your best bet. If you were to speak to Castellan, He's the master of this keep. He would probably know its layout much better than I. Or some of the guards may know as well. Again, this is not my normal residence.
We could also use that pipe to escort civilians back
Oh,
safely.
most definitely. If you could get them to this tunnel, they could make it into the keep. And as you can see, even with a full adult blue dragon outside, the people in here, for the time being, are quite safe. However, I must ask. There are it helps if I actually read this. There we go. There are people. One of the other kind of rallying places for people when danger envelops this town is the Temple de Chantea, and I've heard reports that there are many people that have hidden in the Temple of Chantea, and they are now surrounded by these attackers. They would most definitely be somewhere that would be important.
Well, sounds like we know our first stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before I say anything else, I have to actually look at the damn book so I know what it is I'm trying to say. And as he's saying this, a guard kind of runs up behind him, and he, pardon me for just one moment. And you guys can't really hear everything that he's saying, but you do hear, little words. Really? Well, we can't have that. No, it would take us months. We wouldn't survive the winter. Well, fine, we'll figure out something. And so he turns to you and he's like, well, the guards have spotted a new threat. Raiders are trying to set fire to the town's mill. If it burns, we'll lose our stockpile of flour and we won't be able to grind more for months. I'm trying to assemble enough defenders from here in the keep to defend it throughout the rest of the night, but that will take time. You do us a great service if you could get to the mill quickly and drive away the raiders before they can set it aflame. You'll need to defend it until our forces arrive to take over, but it should be more than 15 minutes behind you. I leave it to your judgment to decide what you feel is the more important target, or the more time-sensitive target, but I must emphasize, we are, no matter what you do, we are fighting against time right now. The longer it takes for you to find these people or save the mill or whatever you decide to do, the more people will die.
So it sounds like
Do I know what kind of deity Shantea is?
Yes, you would know. Shantea is the Faerunian deity of the harvest, if I remember correctly. Really? Shantea? I can't even find Shantea. All right, anyway, I believe Shantea, if I remember correctly, she is the goddess of the harvest and nature.
I look at the older gentleman and I'm like, I forget your name, but
It's
if we save these
Nighthill.
people from
my
the
name is Nighthill.
Nighthill, if we save these people from the Temple of Shantea, do you think they could replace the harvest any faster?
No, the issue with the mill being set aflame would be the fact that that's where we grind our flour. If it's set aflame, we could have plenty of stockpiles of flour and other things like that, but we simply would not be able to grind more until we repaired the mill, which again could take months.
I think we have to.
Sounds like
Sorry.
the mill, right?
Yes.
I
No.
think we could go for the people. I mean, if we let them die, it won't matter if they have food or not.
Oh, your friend does make a good point. What
Yes.
good is food if there's no one to feed?
Yeah, I vote for the survivors in the temple personally.
All right. Anna?
I would say the mill. If we save the mill, we can feed those that survive here. If we lose the mill, everyone will starve.
So we're torn. Anyone have a coin to flip?
I walk up to the where the dwarven man went,
Mm-hmm.
and I ask him, Milla Shantea, and I give him no other.
And he kind of looks at you, and he goes, "What the bloody hell are you talking about?
Just pick Mill or Shantea.
I have got so many more important things to figure out right now than giving you a play Let's Guess the Word game. Oh, bloody!" And he just kind of turns his back on you.
I owe you a beer if you answer the question.
I do not bloody care about booze right now. We've got a damn dragon attacking the keep. Just leave me alone unless you've got something useful to do here. Nightheel will go and pick your words.
I walk back to the group just shrugging, like, fuck it, let's go to the mill.
All right. So how are you guys going to get to the mill?
We should probably ask the dwarf about the tunnel or a guard that's less abrasive.
Probably a guard.
I vote guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have absolutely no problem finding a guard. They're literally running around everywhere. So as you kind of go, excuse me, just a scoot. You eventually get one that's like, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry, I'm very busy right now. I'm sure those over there, they can help you if you're hurt.
We just need to find where the tunnel to the river is.
Tunnel to river? I'm sorry, what are you talking about?
Nighthill told. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Sally Port. Oh, yes. Oh, that's a right good question, that is. Let's see. Hey, William, get over it. Yeah, she's dead already. Just get over here. William, these are... I'm sorry, I don't even know who you are.
My name's Altier, and I look up at him.
Well, hello there. Altier, William, this is Altier, and he's trying to find a Sally Port. Do you remember where that is? I don't think anyone's used it in ages, but oh man, what did he say when he first started? You remember when, like, last Tuesday, when we were first starting this, like, they were talking about things like that, and it was oh, that's where it is. Well, yeah, you don't talk much, William, do you? Fine, never mind, William. I believe it's in the cellar. If you go down to the cellar, there should be a door there, and yeah, that's how you get there. So it's in the cellar. Just go to the cellar. It's a big room, and there's a door in there. There's only one door other than the door that goes up, so it shouldn't be hard to find. You might have to move a few things. Again, we haven't really used it in a long time.
I start walking towards the cellar where he pointed.
Oh, that was it's nice. Oh, bloody, he wasn't very nice now, was he? Well, I hope the rest of you are nicer than that one over there, because he seems like he's got a wee bit of a stick up his arse.
I just walk away with my book in my face, completely oblivious to him.
It just doesn't pay to help people out anymore.
I bow respectfully and walk past.
Well, I mean, 1 out of 4 ain't bad. I mean, it ain't good, and he kind of mumbles on his way out. He's like, I thought I was pretty nice, and I gave him directions. I almost draw him a bloody map. They don't give me jack. That's not very nice now, is it? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I did.
Oh, you go with him? Okay. So, when you guys get down to the cellar, as you guys get down there, go ahead and anyone that wants to make me perception checks.
No, 19.
And that's not bad at all. Anyone beat a 19?
Let me see here.
I don't even think Valdis would have the perception
5.
to look up from his book.
Yeah, he doesn't even care. He's just like, this is fascinating.
Can I look around to see if I find a piece of paper anywhere?
Sure. With you got the 19, right?
No,
Oh,
I
no,
got
you
the
got-
5.
Oh, yeah. With the 5, you find nothing.
Okay.
However, Anna, with a 19, you have no problem spotting. You can see there are barrels and things all over this area, and you notice that towards the back you can see quite a few barrels and boxes kind of piled in front of something that looks like a door, but unfortunately it's just almost completely covered and blocked by all these barrels and boxes.
Hey guys, I think it's behind that pile.
I roll up my sleeves and I say, I got this. And I
Okay.
try and move.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh boy. 7.
So, as you guys see, Altier go over there and he kind of, and you see him like grunting and squinting and things like that. And you can see just like muscles rippling. And after about 5 minutes, you notice that he's moved a barrel about 12 inches. And he's completely just winded at this point. With the rest of you guys like to help?
Right?
I will go over there and help.
Okay. With even with just 2 people, it takes another like 3 minutes to just kind of move things out of the way. As you do, go ahead. Okay. So yeah, with even more people helping, totally just lost my train of thought. Let's try this again. It does cleared and everything. You guys notice that the door itself is old. It's a little bit warped, not to the point of not being able to work, but it's obvious it has not been used in a long time. And you notice this big kind of rusty lock on the front of the door.
Well, I certainly can't pick a lock.
I could try.
I could try smashing it with my shillelagh.
You could. It's very, very possible. In order to pick the lock, someone would need a set of thieves' tools.
Well, I don't got that. Let's smash it.
Yeah.
Leave it to the druid.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
18.
Yeah, and go ahead and roll damage for me.
11.
All right. So, you guys see Anna kind of whisper some words, and the quarterstaff that they're carrying starts to form into the shillelagh, and slams it down, and the lock just completely shatters underneath it. And the door itself kind of swings open.
I'm gonna roll stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and
I
make
have
a stealth check.
I have a
Natural 20.
Oh, wow.
Not bad. What is the total stealth roll? Just because on
24.
ability checks, nat 20s don't automatically succeed.
24.
24, not bad. You guys watch as Valdis kind of presses up against one of the walls and just moves his book a little bit closer.
All
No, that
tiers.
wasn't me. That was Altair.
Oh, I'm sorry, Altier. Sorry.
And I'm gonna
Names.
peek out
Okay.
into.
You see a relatively dark tunnel. You don't see any. You don't see anything lighting the tunnel. However, fairly far away, you can see a small pinprick of light. You assume that must be the other end of the tunnel.
I was going to ask you, is it possible to cast mending on the lock to kind of salvage it for later use?
Go ahead and try. As you, it takes about a minute to cast mending. As you cast the spell, you can see the lock itself starts to slowly piece itself back together, and it does get to a point where it looks like it possibly could be used again later on.
Okay, I'll just put it in my bag.
Okay. Always nice to have a lock on you.
You never know.
Okay.
I'm gonna start heading into the tunnel about like 15 feet.
Okay. As you get into the tunnel and you're just kind of very slowly moving along, you can feel the ground itself is a little bit moist. The tunnel itself has kind of like refuse on the bottom, like bits of trash and piles of something that you have no idea what it is. And as you're moving down, you suddenly feel something soft kind of squish a little bit under your foot as you're moving along, and you hear this high-pitched squeaking sound followed by numerous other squeaking sounds, and it feels almost as if the ground beneath you has come alive. And I would like everybody to roll for initiative.
Wait, you mean I'm not going last?
Oh,
Who knows?
5.
And it might help if I actually add.
Wait, am I going first in this group with a 16? Really?
You
Yeah.
might. It's very possible.
Oh, man.
I just realized I don't have my dice out. I have my dice. They're right in front of me, but they're in the little box thing. And it makes it really hard to roll when you don't actually have dice. You are not going to like this.
How fun.
All right, so Altier,
5.
Liliane,
13.
13, Enna,
15.
and Valdis.
16.
Brilliance. All right, so the first thing that happens is the swarm of rats that you stepped on and disturbed, calling a few friends to it, actually come and they start kind of swarming all over you, attacking you. And does a 21 hit your armor class?
Yeah.
What about a 6?
Nope.
You sure you want to check that again? Oh, that's very bad. So you take 12 piercing damage as these rats that you have just awoken start biting you all over.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is always fun. Then it goes to Valdis. Now, the tunnel that you're in is only wide enough for about one person it's only about one person wide. So,
Can I even see down the tunnel being a human?
there's enough ambient light, and the fact that this happened really close to cellar, you can see. It ain't great. It's dim light, so it's not great.
I am a halfling. He could step over me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even.
If
gonna
you're
go
unconscious
there.
right now, he can step into
No,
your square.
I'm.
Oh, you're still up?
Yeah, I'm still up. I eat those good berries.
Even with what's your hit point maximum? Oh, you're a barbarian.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that. I was like, how in the world? Oh, barbarian. Okay.
Guess I'll just try Firebolt on the rats because it's really
Go
the
ahead.
only we got. There's a 17 hit,
17 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
1 fire damage.
So you see Valdus kind of speak the command words, and his hand erupts in flame, and he flings it out, and one of the rats gets singed a little bit, and you can hear it going.
I'm fucking great.
You've basically
Wait,
given
wait.
it a sunburn, so
Maybe it's the rats from the group I killed last week or last time.
it's very possible. Anna, you are up next.
Does it make sense to hit them with a bow and arrow?
Yeah, sure.
Short bow? Okay. I will.
Since this is a rat swarm, you're not aiming for a single rat as much as you are just aiming for the mass.
Okay. I will use my short bow on them.
Go for it.
Attack is 21.
You actually rolled too high on that, so yeah, it's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8 piercing.
Might help if I was actually keeping track of their hit points. 8 requires math. All right, so you fire an arrow into the group, and you actually are able to skewer 2 of the rats of this swarm and kill them off. But the swarm itself is going pretty strong, and you can see that there's actually 2 different swarms that are all trying to attack Altier right now. Liliane, what would you like to do?
I will attack the swarm with my sword.
Okay.
Right. Here we go, Robin.
11 is still a hit because these guys have awesome armor classes. What do you got for damage?
6 slashing.
All right. So you bring your sword down and actually are able to take out another 4 of the rats. The swarm that was kind of biting Altier is now becoming very, very thin and is not looking quite as dangerous. The second swarm still just looks bad. And that brings us to Altier.
How close is the second swarm to me?
The second swarm is next to you. The first swarm is actually in the same space that you are. Like it's occupying your space. Because that's how swarms look.
I pull out my scimitar, my dagger, and I start slashing at the swarm that's on me.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Let's see here, scimitar. 23 to hit,
That definitely hits.
5 damage.
All right, so
slashing.
you sit there with your scimitar and you take out about 4 of them as you're just slashing away. What else would you like to do?
I bring out my dagger and I start stabbing at them.
Go for it.
8.
So you sit there and you stab and stab and stab, and there's one less frog in the world. However,
And now I
none
cross my
of
fingers.
the rats themselves are affected by this. That brings us back to the swarm. The one that has been kind of attacking you, since there's not many left, it starts to kind of run away.
Okay.
Liliane and Altier, you guys both get attack of opportunities on them.
All right. 24.
Definitely go roll damage.
23.
Another really, really strong hit. Between the
9.
2 of you guys, yeah, you demolish them. There's no more rats. Between the 2 of you guys, you fillet the rest of the rats as they start to run away. However, the other swarm is still going strong. And it actually goes Yeah, we'll go to Altier since he's the closest one right now. How does a 4 sound? Does a 4 hit your
Miss.
armor class? So you can see the rats start to swarm up your legs and things like that. You can feel their teeth starting to try and make purchase, and you just using the pommel of your scimitar and dagger just kind of knock them off and ready yourself for another attack. That brings us back to Valdis.
Well, let's try this again. I'm gonna firebolt him.
Go for it.
22
Definitely a hit.
for 6 fire damage this time.
All right. So as he launches another firebolt, you can see 2 of the rats just kind of burn up and are roasted and kind of lay in the refuse on the ground. You can smell the unmistakable smell of roasting rats, which, depending on how bad your childhood was, might be a very fond memory or might be a very horrible memory. Anything else you want to do, Aldous?
No, I'm good.
Anna!
So this actually does remind me of my childhood, and in that spirit, I would like to use Produce Flame and launch a fireball at
Go
the
for it.
remaining swarm.
Go for it. We have a very fire-themed group here.
Yes. 23, I believe.
Not a problem at all. It definitely hits. Go and roll damage.
Oops. Sorry.
Gotta find the dice.
8.
8. So you guys see Anna open her hand, and you see a plume of flame kind of sprout from it, and she throws it into the group, and it burns a lot of them. And it helps if I hit the right button on here. Here we go. And about 5 of this swarm of rats just get completely engulfed in the flame. You guys, that smell of burning hair and refuse just gets stronger and stronger. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that'll be it.
Lillian, you are up.
And then see friggin' 7.
So you take a swing with your sword, and unfortunately, the rat that you were aiming for kind of moves out of the way, and you collide with the ground, doing nothing. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Altier, it is your turn.
Internally debating whether a wet rat or a burned rat smells worse, I slash at them with my scimitar.
Go for it.
25 to hit.
Definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
All right, so you sit there and you destroy most of the rats that are now climbing all over you. You notice that the one rat remaining has decided to run off and is smart enough to actually use the disengage action because the DM
I
forgot
still
that
have my
possibility.
bonus. I
What?
still have my bonus attack.
Oh, you
and I'm
do?
Gonna
Never mind.
I'm gonna throw my dagger at it as it's running.
Go for it.
8 to hit.
So you throw the dagger, clang, 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 clang. That floor won't be picking fights with anyone. And the rat kind of scurries off to try and protect itself from the massive amount of bad things happening.
Bloody fucking rat. I just ate all those berries too.
So, now that you guys are done, what would you like to do?
I argue again me to go get the survivors.
You want to, I'm sorry, you want to go out and still get the survivors? So continue down the tunnel? Okay. Awesome. Are the rest of you following?
I'm gonna retrieve my dagger
Okay.
and then look at Anna, and I'm like, if I eat any of those more of those berries, I'm gonna throw up.
I don't know. I've never seen anybody eat that many berries.
I'm willing to try
There's
it.
only one way to find out.
I make another batch of berries and hand him 7 of them, keeping 3 for myself.
Okay.
I wolf them down.
All right. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
7.
As you sit there eating these berries. The first one goes down, you're like, whoa. Second one goes down, you're like, ooh. The third and fourth, you're like, ooh. The fifth one, ooh. The rest of the party starts noticing that your face has gone from the general skin tone that it was to kind of a more grayish green look. You eat the sixth one and you break out in a flop sweat. And as you down the seventh one, you're just like, oh, man, it goes everywhere. Mixing with the dead rats and the burnt rats, you now have a very unique experience under your belt with the fact that you now know what dead, burnt, wet, and vomit-covered rats smells like. And you're relatively certain that's probably the worst thing you have ever smelled in your life.
And I worked on the docks. Fun.
So congratulations on that.
Does the magical healing still work, though? Because I did eat them.
Yeah, you still get the health and everything. It's
So now
just
I'm bleeding
hilarious. Yeah, it's just hilarious. All right, so as you guys get to the end of this tunnel, and I get to the correct page in the book, you notice that the exit grate itself has another lock on it, but you notice this one is not nearly in the condition that the other one was. Years of neglect and rust have actually warped the lock itself and the grate. So this one is probably going to be a little bit more interesting to be able to get through it. So what would you guys like to do?
Just look at Enna and say, "Do you mind?"
This is what you're good at?
Shillelagh.
So because of how warped it is, it's going to be a little bit different than just breaking the lock. But let's start with you attempting to break the lock. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
23.
Oh, totally fine. How much damage did that do?
11.
11. So you sit there and you slam the lock, and like the one before it, it does break, but due to kind of the warped nature of the grate and everything like that, it's still trapped in the thingy mahoozy what's it? You guys know what I mean. I am like the awesomest DM ever. I can't even remember the word. It's stuck in the door. There we go.
I'm gonna.
So it's going to take a little bit of strength to kind of force the grate open.
I'm gonna, not even thinking, walk under Anna's legs and just kick at the door.
I step aside.
Go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Oh, fun. Yeah, this is gonna be a thing. 11.
So as you sit there and you try and force it, you can hear some grinding and the door itself starting to kind of give way, but it's not. It's still very, very strongly stuck there.
Is the door metal or?
Yes, it's metal, kind of rusted metal, but metal.
Anybody
If
want
anyone
to
would
help
like
me here?
to help him, that would give him advantage on the check.
I'm not the strongest person, but why not? It looks fun.
Okay. So Valdez very carefully puts his book away in a place where he's certain that it won't get, any water damage, and goes over and tries to give you a little bit of hand. Altir, that gives you advantage on the athletics check.
I still have a -1 modifier. 13, both rolls.
All right. Yeah. Nothing.
We have a combined modifier of -3. Just want to point that out.
You guys are gonna be here for a while.
I'll go over and help.
Intrepid doors.
So, whomever wants, I would recommend whoever has the highest strength. They have advantage due to everyone else trying to get this open. So, who has the highest strength among you guys?
8.
6.
17.
Oh, I thought
I'm
it was
thinking
7.
Lillian might be the one that's got it. Lillian, go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Uh, uh,
And you have advantage on this.
22.
22? 22 is definitely enough. You guys kind of watch as Lillian just kind of goes over there, throws her shoulder into it, pow, blasts it open. You guys see that just outside there is a river. It doesn't look like an especially deep river, probably no more than about 3 or 4 feet deep at the center. But you've definitely made it.
Over my head.
It would be like neck mouth level for you because you're taller than 4 feet, even as a halfling. I think you guys top out at like 3'6", 3'10" is like kind of average height for a halfling.
Uh-huh.
So you'll be like, you know, here. You'll have to swim through it a little bit, but not the worst thing that could happen. You can still tell where the bottom is.
Okay.
So what would you guys like to do?
I'll just carefully just cast prestidigitation on everyone to dry everyone off as we get out of the river, so we don't leave water trail of where we went.
Okay. So as you guys kind of go out. And as Valdis is casting prestidigitation to kind of dry everybody's clothes, you hear a familiar sound of weapons being drawn, and before you guys can react, a bunch of cultists and kobolds come out and try to attack you all.
Can I lower my mask?
They actually, it looks like they were kind of waiting in ambush here, and so they react so quickly that you guys don't even realize they're there until it's too late. So really, oh, stop it! Sorry, talking to myself keeps me insane. All right, so go ahead and roll initiative for me, guys. I gotta switch books again. Too many books. Too many books.
Oops. Hold the Z0 again.
That's always a good idea.
You typed one doe, one dude.
Don't.
Oh, cool. Repeat. Oh boy.
At
You
least
guys
it
are gonna
had
so enjoy this. All right. Too many things to keep track of. All right, so Altier, what you got?
5.
Excellent. Lillian,
11.
11. Anna,
11 as well.
And just because I'm slower than the rest, and especially since I'm neck deep in water, I'm probably near the back of the group.
and Valdis.
14.
Due to the fact that Valdis mentioned that he wasn't casting it until you guys are out of the water, you guys actually aren't in water at all. You're on the shore when you get ambushed here. So the first
And I'm
thing,
just saying, I'm backing the group because I'm too slow.
Gotcha. So first things first, the cultists themselves. 1, 2, 3. Both take attacks with their scimitars at Liliane. First one is a massive fail. Second one is a nat 20, unfortunately. So you take 7 slashing damage as one of the cultists comes by and just almost hamstrings you with how quick the attack was. The kobolds themselves are going to go... One for Valdis, one for Liliane, one for Enna, 2 for Valdis, 2 for Enna, one more, and 1 for Altier. So Altier, we'll start with you, and I'm pretty sure that's going to miss, but I have to actually remember what their attack bonuses. E, F, G, H, I. Every time I look through this book, plus 4. The 16 or 15 hit?
Nope.
All right, so he misses you. Enna, you get 2 attacks. They're going to be an 18 and 22.
Those hit.
That's 3 plus 4. 7 piercing damage as 2 daggers pierce through your armor. Liliane, 19 hit.
Yeah.
You're looking at 5 piercing damage. And then the only one that might actually hit is 17. Does that hit you, Valdis?
Yeah, AC is 11.
Okay, yeah, the other one was like a 9. You take 6 piercing damage as, again, a dagger kind of just plunges into you. And that brings us to top of the order, which is actually the 2 cultists that took swings at Liliane before. So they're going to try and attack once more. Does a... I can't remember what their attack bonus is. I just saw it. Oh, they have an awesome attack bonus of 3. Does a 13 hit you, Liliane?
No.
And that's even lower, so ignore that. That brings us to Valdis. You're up. There are 6 kobolds and 2 cultists.
I'm going to immediately just disengage and start running back into the tunnel.
Okay. You guys watch Valdis go, ah! And run back into the tunnel as quickly as they can. You're able, because you weren't that far away, you're able to not only get into the tunnel, but you get about 15 feet into the tunnel. Just kind of bolting and going. So, that brings us to Liliane and Enna. Which one of you guys wants to go first?
I can go first and cast Healing Word
Okay.
on Liliane.
Okay.
So, 6 points of healing.
Thank you.
Definitely help. Liliane, you are up.
But that's a bonus action, right?
Oh, that's a bonus action. Enna, what else do you want to do?
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's awesome. I will attack the first cultist
Go for it.
with my bow as I'm kind of backing off.
Since you did have one kobold right next to you, you would have either you'd take an opportunity attack or you'd have disadvantage for using a ranged attack.
In that case, I will turn to that kobold and just shillelagh it.
Go for it.
26 for the
That's
attack.
Technically enough, that hits. I know, weird, right? Never would have
I know.
guessed that they had that low an AC.
Wasn't that a natural 20 for you?
Yeah,
Yes,
it
yes,
doubles the
not
damage automatically.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you got a crit. That's even nicer.
So 12 damage.
12 damage. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. You turn around and you kind of spin the staff in your hand, and as you spin it, one end gets larger and larger, and you just bring it down and destroy this kobold. It is just a pile of bones and meat on the ground. That was the only one that was right next to you. Do you want to move?
Yes, I would like to kind of back off and put a little bit of distance between them and me.
Okay. Do you
So-
want to move back towards the
Back
tunnel?
towards the tunnel a little bit.
Okay. With your full movement, you can get to the entrance of the tunnel and kind of get in front of Aldous if you want.
I will do that.
Okay. That finishes that. Finally, we're at Lillian now.
I would have the cultist who attacked me.
Go for it.
7.
That is unfortunately a miss. As you swing, they kind of take the attack right on their scimitar and deflect it away. Anything else you want to do?
And I will move back as well.
If you move back, you'll take opportunity attacks from the two cultists and a kobold because they're right next to you.
Then I will not move.
Gotcha. Altier, you are up.
How close are those cultists that are attacking Lillian to me?
Let's say about 10 feet. Like, you guys were all within about 10 feet of each other, 10, 15 feet when you got out of the water, so...
I'm
Not
gonna
close enough for an
pull.
opportunity attack.
I'm gonna pull out one of my 3 daggers, and I'm gonna throw one into the back of one.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Weapons, dagger. 24,
Surprisingly enough, that's a hit. Good roll
8.
damage.
8 damage.
All right. The cultist itself, as you throw it into its back, you hear him scream out in pain. You can see he's bleeding profusely. Lillian, you can see him from the front, and you can see he's actually like really, really pale now. He looks like a stiff wind would knock him over, but he's still
And then-
upright.
And then with my bonus attack, I throw another dagger into his back.
Go for it.
25 to hit.
Go ahead and roll damage.
6.
He's
No,
down.
2.
He's still
Because I
down.
don't have them. Okay.
Because he had 1 hit point. So you see another one, Lillian, you see his eyes just kind of grow real wide and then go unfocused, and then he drops to the ground with a pool of blood forming underneath him. Anything else you want to do, Altier?
I just have 1 kobold that's on me, right?
Correct. Which actually would have made both of those attacks with disadvantage.
It would have.
Yeah.
It's still a. I take the lower of the 2, right?
You take the lower of the 2. Yep.
24, 21.
Yeah, you rolled massively high. He's still dead.
So if I have a cobalt on me, I'm gonna circle around the cobalt and put my back to Emmett.
Okay, cool. Makes sense. The kobolds themselves are going to make attacks. Altier, that's a nat 20, unfortunately. 7 plus 2 is 9. Damage from a dagger sticking right into a sensitive spot in your back. Then there's 2 on Enna. Or wait, no, there's only 1 because he killed 1. Does a 20 hit you, Enna?
Yes, a 20 would hit me.
Who would have thought, right? That's a grand total of 3 piercing damage.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, another one finds purchase. There's only 1 left on Lillian there, and it rolls a nat 1. So takes this big, like, giant swing, and Lillian just kind of leans back a little bit and goes. And then the final 2 are no longer on Valdis. They are going to. One's on Anna. The other is on Lilianne. Massive miss on Anna. Does a 14 hit you, Lilianne?
Yeah.
A 14 hits? Okay.
Exactly.
That is 5 piercing damage as another dagger finds its mark. All right. That finishes that off. Goes back up to the one remaining cultist. Starts getting a little bit worried, as you can see. Yeah, he's actually going to turn, seeing as people moved around a little bit. And yeah, he's going to try and take a move away from Lilianne and actually go after Altier. Lilianne, you do get an attack of opportunity.
24.
Definitely a hit. Go and roll damage.
6.
Alright, so the cultist itself is bleeding really badly as it comes over and tries to use its scimitar to attack Altier. 12 does not hit you. Does it, Altier?
No.
So it takes a swing and it misses. You can see it's looking pretty bad now. That brings
So
us
are
back to,
we.
Yeah, brings us back to Valdis. What would you like to do?
How many can I see just since I'm back in the tunnel from where I'm at?
From where you're at, you actually can't see any of them. You'll have to step to the entryway, kind of step around Enna to be able to see them because they are off to the side. They're not directly in front of the tunnel.
You said I was 15 feet back in the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'll use half my move to go up to where I can see,
Yippers?
take a shot, and then move back.
Okay.
I'll how many are on Altier?
You have
I have a
cultist
kobold and a
one
cultist.
I'll go for the cultist, seeing that he's injured.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes, it does. Roll damage.
That'd be 4 fire damage.
All right. As the fire envelops the back of this cultist, Altier, you see the eyes go wide. You hear him scream, and then he collapses onto the ground, not moving.
And then I move 15 feet back.
Makes sense. That's going to bring us back to Enna. Enna, you got a little party going on.
I do. I don't like parties.
Yeah.
They make me feel socially awkward. I've got 2 kobolds within melee range, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
I will shillelagh one of them.
Go for it.
Oh, and I'm at disadvantage, correct?
No, shillelagh is a melee attack.
Oh, sorry.
It's only ranged attacks you'd be at disadvantage for.
In that case, 15.
15 definitely hits. Go and roll damage.
5.
Drops. You crush another one. You were playing Whack-A-Kobold. They keep just pick it up and you're like, ka-tug, 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 ka-tug. However, you're not sure, but you think the ticket machine is broken right now because you're not getting any tickets.
Oh.
Anything else you want to do?
I think that's all I can do.
All right, Lilianne, what would you like to do? Got a couple kobolds on you.
Wherever kobold will remote.
Okay.
14.
Definitely a hit. Go and roll damage.
Uh,
Actually, I had to look. I couldn't remember what their thing was. Another kobold bites the dust. You now only have 1 kobold on you. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Altier, you're up.
With my main hand, I'm going to use my dagger and stab into the kobold that's on me.
Go for it.
11.
11 just barely misses as your dagger goes through the kobold itself, kind of dodges out of the way.
Then I swing at him with my scimitar in my offhand.
Go for it.
16.
16 definitely hits. Go and roll damage.
1.
You give the kobold a paper cut. He goes, ah! 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 And looks for a band-aid. However, it looks like it's still raring to go. Anything else you want to do?
Can I, with my movement, yell at it and say, "Back the fuck off"?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Orcish, and Halfling, and I want to yell it in Orcish, even if it doesn't understand it.
Okay, so you sit there and you just kind of spew forth. You guys watch as Altier goes. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Where is it?
It's
There it is.
charisma based. Start
9.
9. So as you sit there and you think you're like, it comes out more like, and the kobold seems unaffected, so much so that he turns and tries to take a slice at you. 23 hits you.
Yeah, don't roll damage. I'm down.
Okay. So you guys watch as this kobold kind of leaps up as Altier is spewing forth this Orcish, gets him right in the chest, and then Altier hits the ground hard. There are 2 left on Enna, I think.
I thought 1 on me, 1 on Lilianne.
There's a grand total of 4 left, because you guys have killed a lot of them. 1, 2... Oh, no. I actually added an additional kobold. That's what it is.
Yeah, so 1 on Anna and 1 on Lily.
So yeah, 1 and 1. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I'm like, this math doesn't add. 22 on Enna.
Oh, that hits. And I'm down.
So another kobold comes up, it's right into Enna's chest, and Enna hits the ground hard. Lilianne, the last kobold, rolls a 7. He's like empowered by his buddies. He's like, yeah, and takes a stab, just biffs it completely. You don't even have to move. Like, he just kills the ground next to you. That brings us back to the cultists are dead. Valdis, you are up.
So the one that was right in front of Enna has.
You can
does
see
it look-
without moving.
Okay, then. Terrified after hearing the Orcish, because I have no clue where it came from, I'm just gonna blast that kobold in fear.
Go for it.
21,
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
3.
All right. So this was firebolts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the firebolt streaks out and it burns it. You can see the kobold now, where it hit, didn't completely cauterize, so it's kind of oozing blood a little bit. It doesn't look all that great, but is still unfortunately upright. Is there anything else you want to do?
Only thing I can, and just move like 20 feet back so it can't get to me, I guess.
Okay. Not difficult at all. You can definitely do that. You're now about 10 feet away from the entrance to the keep.
Is there any chance I could use like a bonus action to yell in hopes of like some guards nearby?
Sure. Make a performance check for me.
Oh, this will go swimmingly. Performance. Oh, -2. This will be perfect. An 11.
So you sit there and kind of scream at the top of your lungs, "Please help us!" You're not sure how far it got. You do know the cellar itself is relatively large and very empty. So you're not sure how much longer it'll take for people to get there. Let's go to Enna first. I'm going to need a death saving throw.
15.
You are fine. That is 1 success. Lilianne, you're up. You've got a kobold in front of you. Go for it. 6?
and that one is the total.
Oh, that's not very fun at all. So you bring the sword down and just miss completely, unfortunately. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Altier, I need a death save.
3.
So that is one failure. The two kobolds that are still outside the tunnel both try and take attacks at Lillian. The first is a 19,
Yeah.
and that is 4 piercing damage,
And I am down.
and you're down. The second one starts looking for another target and watches his buddy run in to the tunnel and kind of follows after him. Speed on a kobold, 30 points. So the other kobold runs up to you completely, but doesn't have enough actions left to do anything, Valdis, except kind of stand there and wait patiently to die next turn, hopefully. So goes back up to Valdis. You are up. Your friends are unconscious.
Yeah, does Firebolt have disadvantage if I'm point blank?
If you're point blank, yes, it does.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna have
Ranged
to.
attack will have disadvantage.
I think I'm gonna have to.
Okay.
So when I click cast in this program, it's the two numbers. It automatically rolls twice or whatever.
You take the
one
lower.
on the yeah, you'll just take the lower of the two numbers.
Oh, come on. Oh wait, hold on.
Roll it again.
10.
Unfortunately, not quite enough. As you fire the bolt, it sails just right overhead and misses. Anything else you want to do?
Well, just going to scream and try to run because
Okay.
I'm gonna get it anyway.
19 hits you.
Yep.
4 points of piercing damage.
And another one bites the dust.
So, Valdis, as your eyes start closing, you hear motion around you. And you see, in kind of a fevered vision, you see what looks like the help that you called coming just a little bit too late to render the aid that you desperately needed at that point. As darkness overtakes you, you do see the kobold that felled you fall to the blade of one of these defenders. As time passes, like you all start to wake up, you have no idea how much longer, how much later it is. But you wake up in the keep itself. You can hear the sounds of battle outside. It helps if I actually hit the right button here. There we go. A little bit louder. You guys can hear the sounds of battle. You can see Liliane, you actually recognize some of the people you were helping tend the wounded before. Are there trying to kind of tend to your wounds. As you guys kind of look around, you realize that again you're in the keep. You notice that at the top of the keep, you can see a rather massive hole in the keep that looks like some sort of explosion or something created it. You also, as you kind of look around, you see there's the same number of bodies in the keep that were there before you guys attempted to leave. However, you're noticing that a lot more of them are injured or outright dead.
Hmm.
As you try and kind of wake yourselves up and figure out exactly what's going on. You see Governor Nighthill come over. He's like, oh dear, oh my dear, you've woken up. I'm so very sorry for sending you there. We didn't think there would be people waiting in ambush outside of it. I don't know quite what could have happened, but you're here. Unfortunately, it's been a horrible night. We had a raid break through one of the doors, and you can see he's just barely holding himself together. They
Is he talking to
slaughtered
me?
quite a few of us. And you guys are now starting to notice that one of his arms is actually in a sling. And the sleeve that used to be relatively pristine, a little bit dirty, is soaked with blood. And you can see wrapped around it is a bandage that looks like it's just barely stopping the bleeding right now. As you guys look around, you notice that the attitude around here has grown even more somber, and the feeling and kind of the overwhelming emotion around you is just this hopelessness. You start to notice that outside, the first beginnings of sunlight are just barely starting to peek through that massive hole in the roof of the keep. And you realize that the sound outside has started to change slightly. Not to see if I can find the right sound here. You notice that kind of an eerie silence falls over everything, and you start to wonder exactly what's going on, and then you hear from outside a very loud sound of someone speaking very, very loud. What would you guys like to do? Sounds like someone is addressing the keep right now.
I lean up and I'm like, how long were we out?
Nighthill kind of looks at you and goes, well, it's been close to 5 hours, 6 hours, somewhere around there. To be honest, I'm not quite sure. It's been rather overwhelming. We weren't able to stop them from burning the mill, and from what we can gather, everyone in the Temple of Shontir is dead. Master of the Keep, he's injured. We don't know if he's going to survive. He was on the ramparts when the dragon came back. That's where, and he kind of points up, that's where our new skylight came from. The blue dragon just came through and wiped out almost everyone on the ramparts before finally being scared away by the few remaining living souls. And now, oh, what is that? I must go. Someone is attempting to address the keep. I must go find out what it is. And you see him kind of wander off.
I'm gonna ask where is the dwarf man conscious or not, or is he?
He's the master of the keep, and he is currently unconscious, and they're not sure if he's going to survive or not. He was on the ramparts when the dragon attacked.
Anna, give him a berry.
At this point,
no.
he's beyond the help of like healing spells and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
he is just barely on the brink of death. So
Okay.
they've done everything that they can, but they're not sure if he's going to stabilize or not.
And DM question: did that count as a long rest?
It did not.
Okay.
Currently, everybody has 1 hit point.
Fun.
I work for the movie we were helping earlier.
Okay. Um, as you guys start to move around a little bit, some of the people that were helping that Liliane was helping before try to kind of let you guys know, take it easy. You've just had a very bad experience. Perhaps you shouldn't push yourself too hard. Um, as you guys are laying there, you hear, even though it's far away, you hear, da da da. You hear the following words: "Defenders of Greenest, this has been a successful night, and I am feeling generous. Do you see these 4 pitiful, useless prisoners? We have no need for them, so I will trade them back to you. Send out your best warrior to fight me, and you can have these 4 in exchange." As you
Well,
hear
that's
that,
not
Governor
me.
Nighthill comes back in, and you can see he's visibly shaken. He's like, I don't know, I don't know what to do. We have no more warriors. We barely have enough people in the keep to. I think
Do
we'll
you
have to
have
kill
any?
those.
Do you have any clerics?
Well, let me see, and he kind of goes away, and you see a woman come up who's carrying a healing kit, and as she comes up, she goes, "Well, I am very gifted in the healing arts through poultices and medicine, but I only have enough to affect one of you. Who?"
If you give me an hour and help me heal, I'll fight him.
Well, we don't have an hour. He's right there, but I can heal you. I can at least do that for you.
I kind of need my rages. Shit.
It's a tough decision.
I mean, and everybody from me. I volunteer.
Okay. So she comes over and she starts working her uh, working her magic on you. You are returned to full health. Um, beyond that, though, you are still in the same condition that you were in before.
Uh,
I'm gonna prop myself up against a wall and start trying to take a short rest.
Okay. So, Liliane, as you're kind of brought out to this creature, from the darkness, a creature strides into the dim light of the dying fires around the keep. Although it's shaped roughly like a human, it is at least 7 feet tall. Its skin is covered in blue scales. Its fingers bear wicked claws, and its face has the muzzle and reptilian eyes of a dragon. As you come out, the creature itself, and I have to go to the back of the book. The creature itself takes out this wicked-looking greatsword off its back and readies, and he goes, This is the pitiful creature you have sent to battle me? Fine." And he turns to you and he points the greatsword at you and he goes, "I give you, on my honor as a half-dragon, none of my men will interfere in this battle. However, if any of your so-called friends decide to try and influence this outcome, I will kill all 4 prisoners."
I'm leaned up against the wall so that I can look to the side and see them out of the corner of my eye as they fight.
Let us begin.
uh,
Liliane, go ahead and roll me initiative.
Eleven.
11. So
I guess.
he starts off rushing in with this massive greatsword and takes two big swings at you. The first one, because I rock it rolling, is an 11.
No.
And the second is a 12.
No.
So he comes up with his greatsword, just boom. The first one, you definitely dodge away from it. Comes back again, boom. Second one, and you dodge out of the way again, preparing for your own counterattack. What would you like to do?
I take my wand first and I imbue it with my physical light.
Okay.
And I take two-handed swing at him.
Go for it. Make me an attack roll.
15.
You said 16?
15.
Oh, 15. As you take a swing with, let's start at the beginning here. You start off by first spilling a slight amount of your blood, and as it is absorbed into the blade, you can see it start glowing with crimson energy. You double hand the blade, and you bring it down to swing against him, and he brings his greatsword up and blocks it and kind of grins at you. Anything else you want to do?
No.
All right. So he turns around, doing a backspin, brings his greatsword back up to get a natural 20, which you are not going to enjoy. I'm just going to let you know that right now. It's 1, 6, 8, 12, plus 4, 16 slashing damage.
And I'm down.
So he comes around and he brings it like that, and then you guys watch Liliandra hit the ground hard. Or not Liliandra, let's try Lilianne. Liliandra, X-Men, who cares? And you see this half-dragon come up, and he spins the greatsword around, and he brings it over Lilianne's unconscious body and plunges it right into her stomach. Lilianne, you have 2 failed death saves. And then this large creature pulls the greatsword out, wipes Lilianne's blood off of his blade, sheaths it, turns around and walks away. You can see all of the creatures with him. All the creatures with him follow, and the 4 prisoners that were bound and tied up, basically ready to be executed, are just left there.
How far is Lilianne from me?
About 30, 40 feet away.
I was going to say, can I use my healer's kit to stabilize Lilianne?
Definitely. Go for it.
Okay, I will use my healer's kit to stabilize Lilianne.
Okay. So Anna runs out quickly and starts binding wounds and putting healing poultices on the wound, and is able to stabilize Lilianne without too much difficulty.
I let out a sigh of relief and kind of take a more restful short rest now.
Really? So bizarre that you would decide to do that. It's crazy. You are able to kind of sit back a little bit and relax. You guys see that the dragon itself is no longer overhead, but you guys are so weak and so overwhelmed with what has happened recently that none of you are able to remain conscious for more than about 20 or 30 minutes. You guys kind of briefly remember Nighthill coming over and thanking you for attempting to help. And then your world is just kind of enveloped in darkness. We can do this one, right? Where did you go? All right, so as you guys eventually wake up, you notice that you've been brought to a much different area. You think you might be in maybe a tavern or something like that, but you're asleep in an actual bed. You are able to take a long rest.
Okay.
Give me just 2 seconds here. Awesome. So, after you finish your long rest, you guys do gain enough experience to reach level 2. So if you'd like to very quickly level your characters up to 2, that would not be the worst thing in the world to do, especially since that'll definitely help you not die. Which is a useful thing, you know? I mean, when you really think about it, not dying is very useful.
Yes.
So while
That's
you
the
guys,
dream.
While you guys are doing that, you I have to actually read what it is that I'm doing. Okay. So, as you guys wake up, you realize that you've been moved to much more comfortable conditions. As you come down from the room that you guys have been given, you kind of see the same thing that you saw before, which is just the idea that everyone is just exhausted, very depressed, kind of hopeless. You notice that the town itself has been just about ravaged. A large portion of the buildings themselves have been damaged to the point where they're almost unrecognizable. You can see they've made funeral pyres simply because they don't have the ability to bury all of the dead from this attack. And the whole kind of mood around everything is very, very somber. As you guys are kind of getting a very quick meal and figuring out what else is going on, you hear a familiar voice cry out from a nearby room. And it's loud enough that you have, even with the door being closed, you have no problem hearing the very clear words of, "Aye! What in the bloody hell are you doing? I've got work to do. I can't be sitting here laying up in this damn bed waiting for me bones to knit and me stitches to set. Who the bloody hell cares? I survived worse than this."
I'm just like glad to know he's just as abrasive in near death as he is in life.
Important question. Do I
yes.
notice if I still have my book on me?
Good question. Choose even or odd.
Odd.
As you look around, you notice that your book is not in its pack.
I just immediately start panicking and just scouring everywhere.
So you guys notice that Valdis is like looking everywhere, knocking over empty cups and plates and things like that. You start noticing a few of the people with healing kits kind of rushing over to him, thinking that perhaps he's had some sort of psychotic break. And they're just kind of moving forwards like, "It's okay. It's okay. The dragon is gone. You're safe now. Don't worry. No one is going to hurt you."
I don't care about my well-being. I need my book.
And they both stop. And they look at each other. And they look back at you. And they shake their heads and walk away.
I'll find it myself.
What about the rest of you guys? What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and help Valdis in his attempt to find his special book.
Okay. Go ahead and both you guys roll investigation checks for me.
Something I'm actually proficient in.
Oh, wizards generally
wait,
tend to be
I
pretty decent at that.
Oh, that one. Anyway. Ooh, 21.
Sure, he rolls higher. Well,
That's fantastic.
I am panicking, I guess.
So Valdis, you're like searching
I'm-
around, like you're looking
I'm
under
kinda
everything. However, Altier kind of just looks around and he notices a soaked and kind of beaten pack over in a corner as he kind of brings it over and he gives it to you. You notice that your book is in there. Or no, what would you like to do, Altier? You found it.
I'm like, you might want to cast Prestidigitation on this.
I immediately just start spam casting Prestidigitation.
So you're sitting there and you're trying to clean the book as much as you can. The book itself is relatively waterlogged. Some of the text is smeared that even Prestidigitation is not able to clean that up. And the book itself, the binding is not working quite as well as it used to because it's been soaked. The glue has started to lose some of its cohesion. Some of the pages are starting to come out.
What about mending?
Go ahead and make me basically make a magic attack roll for me. Just a d20 plus your spell attack modifier. See how effective your mending spell is.
I believe it's +6.
Generally, what's your intelligence?
18, so I believe.
So yeah, 4 plus 2 would be +6.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, 12.
So you sit there and you concentrate your arcane abilities into fixing this book. For the most part, the binding gets repaired. The text itself, though, probably about an eighth of the book is a lost cause as far as the text is concerned. But most of the book
Is it parts he's already read? Has
Good
he
thing
already
I
read that
haven't-
part?
I have it memorized.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get the idea that you probably have read this book many times.
Many, many times.
Well,
So
while he's doing that, can I find a piece of parchment and just for future use, make a new map of Greenus with all of the parts that are broken down?
Sure. Let's make that a history check. Go ahead and make me a history check.
I have cartographer's tools that I'm
Aha.
proficient in.
All right. So yeah, I believe then you just kind of succeed at it. So yeah, for the most part, you're able to make a decent match. It's not the greatest thing you've ever seen, but it's not bad. And it's got the
All
major
right.
landmarks and everything on it. You know, this isn't something you're going to find in the back of a book anywhere, but it's usable.
All right.
So as you guys are doing this, you hear yet again some yelling and stuff like that. This time, does anyone speak Dwarven?
I do.
I do.
Okay. So the two that speak Dwarven start recognizing very particular four-letter words in Dwarven start coming from the room that you heard the screaming from earlier. And then you see the door open and a woman, very obviously a healer of some sort, come out, slam the door behind her and go, "Well, I cannot believe I am not dealing with him anymore. The rest of you can deal with that insufferable dwarf." And she just goes off in a huff.
Do we want to go check on him?
I'm completely oblivious. I'm just checking on my book the entire time.
Altair, shall we?
Altair is
Sure.
nerd.
I roll up my map and I put it away.
All right, let's go talk to him.
All right, so as you guys go in, you see. I am so bad with names, and he has such an awesome name. Castellan. Thank you. Castellan is laying in bed. You can see one of his arms is bandaged pretty heavily, but even with the bandaging and that, you can see the arm itself is charred in places. You can see, even through the bandages and stuff like that, you can see that it's wrapped tightly enough that you think some sort of blow or something might have gone straight down to the bone. And it doesn't look like the arm is really going to be that useful without some pretty heavy-duty magic to restore its mobility. His other arm is bandaged up, but looks much more salvageable. And you can see he's got a large bandage going over one of his eyes. And his head is bandaged, like he is just covered in bandage. He's like, 2 wraps away from being a mummy. And as the door opens, who goes in first?
Well, I mean, you can see most of me if he goes first, so.
So, who wants to go first? I need someone to.
I'll go in first.
All right, I need a dexterity saving throw.
I have No, I don't. Never mind. So, dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity save.
23.
So, as you open the door, you see what you think might be a bedpan come flying at your face, and you very nimbly kind of duck as it just sails over your shoulder, crashes against the wall. Some sort of liquid was in it that smells very strongly. And you hear a slew of more dwarvish words that you can't understand. Anna, you can understand them, and will probably refuse to translate. And as he sees who it is, he's like, "Oh, wait a minute! I remember you. Aye, you're the dolts that went and got yourselves almost killed."
You didn't fare much better.
I would like to say, look who's talking in Dwarvish.
And he kind of looks at you, and you can see this brief, almost instantaneous change from kind of this orneriness to like pure rage. And then he looks at you, and he kind of ponders a bit, and then out of nowhere you hear, I believe you're a bit right. I don't quite look quite as pretty as I did before, now do I?
Neither do I. And I open up my shirt and show him the wound.
Oh, the ladies, they really like it, especially if you could put a wee bit of a story with it. Like, I'd probably avoid the whole getting attacked by rats and almost dying from them, but if you can put it in that you are fighting a dragon and those are dragon teeth marks, you might be able to get a wee bit of some trim from that, aye. So
I close up my shirt and I laugh.
So it looks like you survived the night, just barely. Unfortunately, you did a wee bit better than about half the town. It's good to see that those of us that were brave enough to do something are able to survive. Well, you see him get a little bit more somber. He's like, well, some of us at least.
Oh, we did save some of the town.
Aye, we should thank you for that. If there's more of a town left, we might be able to thank you better, but right now, I guess it'll just have to suffice for me thanking you. Oh!
I
You know what?
take out
Go ahead.
I take out the map from my side and I'm like, this will help you till things get repaired, and I hand him the map.
He kind of looks at it, he's like, and he looks at you, and looks back down at the map. And in Dwarvish, he turns to Anna and goes, Does he really think I didn't know what my own town looks like?
I kind of shrug.
And he turns back to you. He's like, "Thank you. This is a very nice gift." And he turns back and in Dwarvish goes to Anna again and goes, "Is he not quite right? Maybe the dragon hit him a wee bit harder than."
He-
Whatever.
He's a halfling barbarian. What do you expect?
Makes sense. Oh, and he reverts back to common. It's like, this is very nice. I'm going to put this right up on the wall. That's going to go right there, and I think that will be very nice. Thank you. Aren't you just the nicest little lad I've ever met? You with your
I bow
plans and your drawings and things like that. That's lovely.
So,
I'm gonna walk out and I'm gonna buy a beer even though it's the morning.
do you have any idea why they attacked your town?
It's a fan-bloody-tastic question. If I knew that, I'd be in a much better mood. But to be perfectly honest, these bloody nurses haven't been allowing me to leave, so I don't really know what's going on. You should probably talk to Governor Nighthill. He got away with a wee bit less than the rest of us. He might have had more time to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
He's still at the keep. That's where they're kind of staging everything right now. You probably don't know where you are.
No.
If you head out of the inn here, just go straight down the road that goes in front of the inn. Take a right when it comes to a T intersection, and the keep's right at the end there. You can't miss it.
Okay, we'll go talk to him, and you get better.
Oh, I'll take a wee bit more than some lightning breath to take out old Castellan. I'll
right.
be seeing you soon. And as that happens, another nurse wanders in. Oh, Mr. Castellan, it's time for you to have another treatment. Oh, for bloody hell! I'm fine. If you'd please just leave me the bloody... And more dwarvish expletives. So, what do the rest of you guys want to do?
Is there anywhere in this tavern I could buy some components for a spell?
Right now, pickings are kind of slim. What specific kind of components would you be looking for?
Charcoal, incense, along those lines.
There is shit tons of charcoal everywhere. You have no problem finding charcoal.
We'll gladly get some then.
Incense is a little bit more difficult to come by, simply because it's a luxury item. Hold on just 1 second.
I'm mainly just trying to get the components for Find Familiar, is what I'm looking for.
Well, I know that costs about 100 gold worth of components, right?
It says 10 gold worth
10
of
gold.
charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Okay. It's possible you might be able to find it in a town that wasn't so destroyed.
Okay.
But this one, there's just so much going on, you'd have a very difficult time finding it right now.
All right.
As I'm sitting at the bar, I'm just gonna look around and see if I can find anybody who looks a little shadier than the rest.
To be perfectly honest, everyone kind of has the same look to them right now.
Okay.
Disheveled. A lot of them are wearing burnt clothing. They're covered in dirt. Like, trying to pick out anyone from the underworld of this area, like, it doesn't exist anymore. The town itself was very close, very nearly wiped off the map.
All right. Then I pay the barkeep a gold and I ask him for anything he might have left. For like a beer or something.
the barkeep himself, when you came up, you just kind of you asked for beer, and it just kind of appeared in front of you. You didn't really get a chance to look at the barkeep. Now that you're paying him, you start to get a better idea of who this person is. This mountain of flesh and muscle turns around and greets you. And as you pay him, you can see that this guy is just incredibly large. He's easily 6.5 feet tall. Human, but one of the largest humans you've ever seen in your life. His arms themselves are large enough that they could be small tree branches. His knuckles and hands are completely covered with calluses and things like that. As he turns around, you notice that he's got a scar running through one of his eyes, and the eye itself is milky white and useless. And he turns to you, he's like, "What exactly would you want from one old one-eye?"
Best ale you got.
Ha! Exactly where do you think you might be right now? We got one kind of ale, the wet kind. The rest were taken by a stupid dragon and his company. So he puts another thing of ale in front of you. It's massively watered down.
I don't care. It's nice to get any alcohol after that.
So, you're the ones that tried to protect the town and failed.
That'd be it.
Well, you did
that's-
more than most. So, I guess I can give you a slight congratulations. And his arm whips around faster than you think it really should be able to. And it claps you on the back hard enough that you spit out the bit of ale that you were drinking, and it knocks the wind out of you.
Is his hand as big as my back?
Bigger. He could probably palm your head. Like, he's just massive. He is this mountain of flesh.
I hit the edge of the bar and I go, yeah! And I continue sipping, kind of scared now.
You, my friend, have got a good sense of humor. I gotta go take care of my other customers, but you be sure to come back.
I will.
So, what would the rest of you guys like to do?
Be extremely terrified of the bartender now.
He's an intimidating guy. You don't get kind of the malice you would think you would from someone that large and just that evil looking. But he probably has some great stories to tell. You think that his life has probably been very interesting.
I will also grab an ale.
All right. Same kind of thing. The first time you ask for the ale, he just kind of passes it to you without too much difficulty.
I'll just sit in a chair and tell myself it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
And then
Slowly curl into the fetal position.
I chug the first one and ask for a second.
So he brings it around and is like, "Wow, now you there. You can hold your ale even," and he kind of looks at the ale and looks at you, "even with as weak as this one is." Why
I've had
don't you
better.
try some of my special reserve? And he reaches underneath the bar. He takes your glass, goes underneath the bar. You can hear the sound of something pouring. And he brings it up in front of you and puts it in front of you. As soon as you get a whiff of this, you can tell that this is not what he's been serving everyone else. Your nose hairs immediately start to curl as you inhale. Not even attempting to, just it being near you. And you can feel that kind of scratchiness at the back of your throat just from the brief inhalation you had. And so he looks at you very intently. He's like, "Go on, give us a taste."
I chug that one down as well.
I need a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage since you chugged it.
Constitution 6.
As you down it, you instantly start regretting this decision. As it hits your stomach, you can feel the burn of alcohol just goes straight down. And as it hits your stomach, you can feel it start to warp and rot. Whatever little bits of food you had eaten earlier in there, you instantly break out in a flop sweat. You're sitting there and you just... You are so...
Do I see him doing this?
What? What'd you say?
Do I see him doing this?
Do
I see him like?
You start noticing when he starts doing this. He's like, and you feel that very familiar feeling of your drink not quite sitting as well as it should, and you can feel your throat getting smaller and smaller, and you start realizing exactly what's going to happen. What would you like to do, Anna?
Oh, that's good stuff.
And as you say that, your stomach empties its content right on the bar itself. And then you pass out in your own sick.
Oh.
Altair, you see this happen, and then as soon as Anna passes out, old One-Eye just goes, "Ah! Looks like somebody can hold their liquor."
I move my drink away from where Anna threw up, and then
Nope, I think we lost him.
This is what's called a cliffhanger, guys. Halfway through the sentence, we just end the stream. So once he comes back, we've been having a couple technical difficulties, which is typical of Roll20. I believe they use Google Plus Hangouts for their architecture and everything like that. So every so often it gets a little wonky. However, Anna, you wake up about 10-15 minutes later, massive hangover headache. One of the worst you've had in a while. With how short an amount of time that the alcohol actually spent in your body, you're not completely just taken out of everything. But for the next hour, you're going to have disadvantage on any dexterity-based skills and Constitution saving throws.
Can't roll lower than the 1 in stealth anyway, so you're fine.
That's true.
So, what would the rest of you guys like to do?
I'm just gonna finish my ales.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk up and ask for a beer because I can't take the fact that my book is destroyed.
Just like before, the first beer comes around without too much difficulty. You don't even interact with old One-Eye.
I look at Valdis and I'm like, we all came here originally for some work, right?
Well, yes.
There might be more now. We should check soon.
I guess I'll follow you wherever you go.
All right, and then I look at where Lillian is, and I'm like, "Are you gonna come too?"
Yeah,
Anna, you don't look that great, but the berries are useful.
Stop shouting.
Unaware of how hangovers work, I'm gonna try and cast Mending on his face.
You feel a very strange sensation. The hairs on the back of your neck stand straight up, and you can feel arcane power kind of coursing through your body. It does nothing. You have no idea what it was supposed to do. It just feels really weird. Like you put your hand on one of those like static electricity balls.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick again.
I'll just take a mental note that doesn't work.
It's a interesting use
I'm
of
gonna
skill,
start.
though. I've never thought of using mending to cure a hangover.
So if I'm right, I have 2 beers in front of me, right?
No, you just finished your other one, remember? You had
Okay.
one beer, you finished it. You
So
had
I-
another one, you just finished that one.
Okay.
You got an empty.
I'm gonna hop off my. I'm gonna hop off my stool because
Okay.
I'm short, and I'm gonna start asking around to where like people used to go to find work and stuff.
The answer that you keep getting from everyone is the only people that aren't here or rebuilding are in the keep. That's kind of the staging area for the whole town right now.
All right. And then I look back at them and I'm like, back to the keep, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should
Yeah.
probably go talk to Governor Nighthill. Nightfall. Night something.
All right.
Silverhawk. Sorry.
All right.
So you guys are able to make it back to the keep without too much difficulty. Now that you're outside this keep, you can see kind of the full extent of the damage. You notice that of the 4 ramparts that used to be there, 2 are for the most part intact with pieces missing, and 2 of them are just completely demolished. It looks like explosions ripped through it. As you come up to the door, you notice that you can see a smaller kind of side door into the keep has been completely destroyed, and people are currently attempting to fix it. The main doors of the keep are, for the most part, intact, but obviously took a lot of battle damage.
I guess we go inside.
I'm just gonna stride in through the main doors.
Okay. So as you guys come in, you notice that the inside of the keep very different from yesterday. You notice that people are kind of running around rather quickly. You can see that there's a large table in the center that's been set up for. It's got maps and things on it, and you can see Governor Nighthill is there talking with various people that'll come up, and then he'll say something to them, and then they'll run away. As he notices
I walk
you
up to
guys,
Nighthill.
he kind of looks at you and he waves you over very quickly. Oh, it's so lovely to see that you've survived. We were worried that you wouldn't last through the night. Especially you, Lillian. You were so brave to have fought that beast on your own. We weren't quite sure if you were going to recover from your wounds. They were very deep. Enough talk of last night. You're here. You are alive and well, and looks like even through the damage and hard-fought battle that you survived last night, you are still for the most part intact.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for the care that you provided us.
Well, it was the least we could do. Lillian saved the lives of 4 of our men by herself, and the rest of you risked your lives for this town, and you've only recently arrived. There's few people in this town that could have done more for us, and I thank you for that. I only wish there was a way that I could repay you more. Unfortunately, the town itself has been ransacked. Almost every valuable, really anything, has been taken by those bandits.
I'd chime in and say, I'll gladly take any books you don't want.
Unfortunately, anything, quite literally anything of value, tomes of knowledge, trinkets, gold, even flatware, it was all taken by these raiders. We know not why. However,
I look at it, I said, I don't need much, but if you have one of those scimitars the cultists may have dropped, I could use one.
right now we're still trying to figure out exactly what happened. We haven't really been collecting weapons or armor or anything.
Alright.
Sorry.
Is it?
No, it's okay.
Do you have any idea why they targeted your town?
I wish I knew. It happened so fast. It was getting close to dusk and everything was fine, and then out of nowhere that dragon appeared, and then they started ransacking the town. From the few people I've been able to talk to that are willing to talk about it, they couldn't understand most of what was saying. They were speaking some language we'd never heard, and anyway, they seemed to be targeting places that had valuables in them. And like I said, anything of value has been taken, so they obviously got what they wanted.
Is there anybody who knows where the attack came from? The direction?
Well, most of the people that were here when the attack started were not really paying attention to where they came from. However, we do know where they've gone.
And where's that?
Well, they made no effort to hide their trail. Even someone with mediocre tracking abilities could follow it if they leave relatively soon, and they could track them back to wherever they came from. Perhaps if they track them back to their camp, they could find out exactly what happened, maybe why we were targeted, what they're doing with everything that they took. Without having some sort of a prisoner or something, or someone to interrogate, I have no idea.
Oh, we could track him down.
Yeah.
Oh, I
could.
I couldn't ask you to do more. You've already risked your lives once for Greenest, and again, we have no way to repay you right now.
We can't let this happen to another town.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll attack another town if we don't do anything.
Yes.
Well, I can't really argue with that. Well, if you're willing, like I said, you'll probably need to leave by midday in order to get there while the tracks are fresh enough to track. But if you're willing, as he kind of looks around, he's like, well, I must be able to do something. Here. Go, and he brings you over, and you can actually see a very detailed, very expertly made map of Greenest. And he points to a building probably about 600-700 feet away from the tavern that you guys woke up in. He goes, this is our blacksmith. It's basically one of the few buildings that survived almost completely intact. All the supplies we have left in the town, we are stockpiling there. If you need anything, rations, traveling supplies, go there, tell them I sent you. We will help you in whatever way we can.
Okay.
Alright. Let's head to the blacksmith.
All right. You guys are able to get there within about 15 minutes, barely. As you get there, you can see a lot of people kind of wandering around. You see a short, very slender looking woman that's standing on top of a stool, kind of barking orders. All right, you over there, and you're going to go over there. Now it's time for you to get over there. And hey, stop! Put that down. I didn't tell you could have that. All right, and she sees you. Is like, and who in the bloody hell are you?
I point at Lilianne and I'm like, she's the one that fought the half dragon.
Oh, we have a wee bit of a celebrity with us now, don't we? Well, that's simply lovely now. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, we were sent by the governor. We're going to go try to track down the bandits and see if we can't put an end to their looting ways.
Well, we certainly would like that. And if you can actually get a wee bit of that stuff back, I'm sure most of us would be very pleased. What kind of things might you be needing?
You don't happen to have a longbow, do you?
Oh, let me look through here. We most of the weapons were destroyed, and we don't really have a Fletcher here. Let's see. And she kind of goes through. She has a scroll on her, and she's kind of marking. I think. Unfortunately, doesn't look like I have a longbow. I do have quite a few arrows if you're short any, but I don't happen to have a longbow. Most
I
of
could
them
take
were
3.
destroyed. All right, well here you go. I'll give you half a dozen. How does that sound?
Oh, thank you very much.
All right.
Do you
What about
happen
the
to
rest of you?
You happen to have a short sword or a scimitar?
Oh, those right here in the blacksmith. We make ourselves. Let's see what we've got. Well, quite a few of them. Well, that one's damaged, and wait a minute. Well, that one's not bad. Oh, but the workmanship is shite there. Oh, but maybe. All right, I've got one right here. What would you prefer? Would you like a short sword or would you like a scimitar?
A scimitar.
All right, and she hands over an adequate scimitar. It's obviously never going to win any beauty contests, but it's definitely usable.
I give it a few swings and then I sheath it.
All right, looks like you're naturally born to use that one, Lottie. All right, what about the rest of you? Does anyone else have something that you need?
Do you know anyone that has healing potions?
Well, unfortunately, those are in rather short supply right now. Most of them are being used by the nurses to keep people from dying. If you head up to the tavern, you might be able to sweet talk one of the nurses into giving you maybe one, but right now we need them to try and keep as many people alive as we can get.
Yeah, I understand that.
All right, anything else that anyone needs?
Did any of the cultists happen to drop any scrolls?
Oh, the cultists didn't drop anything. Anything valuable that one of the cultists dropped, someone else picked it right back up. All right, well, if you're all being done then, I've got quite a bit of work to do here. So, enjoy yourselves. I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can put all this behind us in quite a while after we get this town repaired. All right,
Then we'll let you
all of
get back to it.
What?
We'll let you get back to it.
All right, thank you very much. And she goes back to doing her stuff. As you guys are standing there, a young man walks up to you, limping heavily on his bandaged left leg. I hear you intend to follow the raiders and see where they've gone. I'd like nothing better than to come with you, but in this condition, I'd slow you down. In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Leosin Elrinthar, but it's important you know. He's a monk from Burdusk. He disappeared last night after we fought a particularly savage battle against the raiders. A few others and I fought our way to the keep, barely. Leosin didn't make it at all. We went back this morning to look for him, but all we found was his broken staff and this choker, which he always wore. Leosin has been investigating these raiders for months. I fear he might have tried to infiltrate the group when they retreated, or worse, was captured and carried away as a prisoner. No one understands these bandits better than he does, and his knowledge will be invaluable against them. When you find their camp, please look for any sign that Leosin is there. One of my brothers has already departed for Burdusk to bring back help, but it'll be many days before help arrives. Anything you can do before that would be a godsend.
We'll keep an eye out for him.
Yeah.
All right.
I
well,
walk up and I ask, "Can I see the choker?"
Oh, I sure. If you'd like to take it with you, we just ask, try and get back to Leosin, and if you find out that he's no more, we'd like to bury him with it. He was very, very attached to it.
Of course. And
Yeah.
I take it in my hand and walk back to the group.
The choker itself is it's braided leather. It's a braided leather neckband with a silver dragon design chased into the leather. The ends are ragged, as if it was roughly torn off.
All right.
Did we ever get the kid's name?
You didn't ask. He's
Can I
still
ask
there if
him?
you want to ask him.
Hey,
I
kid,
wanna
what's
ask
your
him.
name?
Oh,
Yeah.
my name is Nessim, sir. And I'm one of Leozin's disciples. Unfortunately, I'm nowhere near the man that Leozin is. We do hope that he's not gone. He is a great man, and he's done a great many things to help people.
We'll try to find him.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I can ask. I think that's all that anyone can ask, really. Well, I'm going to lie down for a wee bit, see if I can't get a little bit better.
All right.
Godspeed to you. Godspeed.
See you too.
You too.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to hurry and track these guys.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you guys wanted to do in town?
No.
Right.
There's somebody wants to go to the tavern and try to get a new container. Do we want to let them use if they need it more?
It's up to
I'm
you
not
guys.
very,
You can,
I'm not very charismatic, so I will not go.
Okay. If you guys want, you can head back to the tavern for healing potions, or you can just set out. It's up to you guys.
I'll follow the group.
I could try and get us a healing potion, but we can just go if you want.
I have a bad feeling about that tavern. I say we just go.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that, I am going to go ahead, and since it's pushing 11 o'clock here, I'm going to say that is where we are going to end it for tonight. So I'd like to thank the amazing, wonderful players that joined me tonight. You guys did relatively well for what little chance you really had. Your deck was kind of stacked against you, but you survived a dragon attack, which is better than about half the citizens of Greenest and like 3/4 the citizens of Amman. So I mean, you can take solace in that.
That box knocking.
When did I really survive?
So yeah, that's going to be all for the stream tonight. For those of you that enjoyed it, this is a semi-weekly campaign. We do this the second and fourth Tuesdays of every month. So the next episode of this one specifically will be, I have to do math, the 12th of April. So if you guys want to come back and see exactly what happens with these guys the next time, definitely come right back here to the Twitch channel. You can follow me here on Twitch and find out whenever I'm streaming. I have another campaign. It's a custom campaign called the Kingdom of the Kale Isles that I do on the weeks that I'm not doing this. The next episode of that will be on the 5th of April. I do that the first and third Tuesdays. So if you want to see more of me doing funny voices and crazy shit happening, because they're dealing with a bunch of undead things right now. So that's always fun. Next week, because there's 5 Tuesdays in this month, I'm actually not running either campaign. I am going to be streaming for an undetermined amount of time whatever games I can come up with, specifically to try and raise money for me to go to LA to give the Critical Role cast members a very special gift, which in the upper left-hand corner here, you can see I've got. I'm trying to aim for $1,000 because it's really expensive to go out to LA. Depending on how much I get and how much the ticket actually costs for me to fly down there, if I don't make it all the way to 1,000, I may still try and make it. I don't know. But if anyone has some free, some excess change or anything that they would like to donate to the cause, you're more than welcome to do that with the tip button. I will be streaming lots of stuff next Tuesday to try and get a little bit closer to my goal. And if I can get enough, I will actually show you guys the gift that I intend to give to the Critical Role cast on the 50th episode in the middle of April. So, beyond that, if you missed any of the episode today, you can go to youtube.com/TraderJody. I upload all the episodes there. You can watch the first episode, get caught up, and see the other characters that weren't here. Beyond that, thank you so much for watching. That is all for me today, and I will see you guys tomorrow for some random vlogging on my YouTube channel. All right? Bye-bye!